Welcome everyone to another top 10. I'm Old School Gamer 1971. Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please like, comment and share. Check out my channel and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Today's top 10 is Remasters and Remakes 2020 edition. A great genre that has only really come into predominance during the last two generations. Sometimes they've been made to look better, sometimes they rebuild from the ground up, and other times they fix the original's bugs. Sometimes bringing a game to a whole new generation of players. And whilst I cannot think of many bad ones, none in fact, this list celebrates the best ones. A quick shout out to Ghostbusters, GTA 5, Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry 3. There's just not enough room. And whilst this year will see some cross-generational games, backwards compatibility, there are still those games that I would love to see from the ground up, normally by a team of people who love the original. Here we will only be looking at remasters and remakes and not spiritual successors, but I will admit that 2 Point Hospital was a brilliant spiritual successor. So let's raise a glass and celebrate those games that deserved a second chance of success. So we start off with my number 10, Medieval Remastered. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Other Ocean. One of the latest entries on this list. To me, this was long overdue. This became the game it was always supposed to be. The limitations of the hardware was what held the original back. Without limitations, the game shone. Whilst sales of this game was not great, I am hopeful of the sequel being remade, if not a brand new sequel. With a fun story, it deserves this spot. Moving on to number 9, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Crystal Dynamics. I can remember when this came out on the PlayStation 3, I remember thinking, do we really need a remake? And I felt that way until I played this. The answer was yes. Again, hardware limited the original. As great as it was ripe for that remake. But unlike the Anniversary Edition, this is a completely different game, and a damn fine one at that. A great start to the new series of games. Number 8, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Toys for Bob. Whilst I enjoy this game now, I was not such a fan when the original released, but years later I can see how good the game was back then, and thanks to this trilogy, how great it is now. When I say that the limitations of hardware, it's not to bash the original PlayStation. Instead, it was to say that the imagination of the original development team far exceeded what the current hardware of the time could do. It was amazing at how much was achieved. Number 7, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017 and was developed by Vicarious Visions. I did enjoy these games, and watching them grow game on game. When the trilogy was announced, I could not believe that the original trilogy was coming back. This game looks so good and plays just as good. It proves that games were tougher way back when. I am glad that the game was not dumbed down, but more than that, this was what started the journey to Uncharted and The Last of Us somehow. Still hard to believe. My number 6, LA Noire Remastered. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017 and was developed by Team Bondi. Now we have something rather special here. Whilst I enjoyed the original for the PlayStation 3, and whilst it was good and groundbreaking, it was not without its glitches and issues. And when they announced this for the PlayStation 4, I was happy, but somehow I would say they fixed all of the issues, making this a better game. I am glad that they did, and now we can play it for years to come, compatible with a PlayStation 5, hopefully. Moving on to number 5, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Media Vision. This was a game that deserved to sell better than it did. showing innovation and a different kind of strategy game, mixing different elements of history, using the gameplay style of Hogs of War. I remember the first time I played the demo, it impressed me then, and I kind of forgot the game for a whole year. Then I saw the game in a local shop. That was for the PlayStation 3. I bought it for the PlayStation 4 on day of release. A great game, and I hope we get the second and third game remade. Number 4, Nathan Drake Collection came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by Naughty Dog. The 3 games that gave you a reason to own the PlayStation 3. The game's outdone its inspirations, Tomb Raider and Indiana Jones. Its locations always looked outstanding, its set pieces are movie worth. Whether it's a deep dark jungle or a sinking ship, it all looks great. Somehow, with this collection, they all look better. Yes, the first game doesn't quite have the shine of the later games, but it's where it all began and needed to be part of this collection. My number 3, The Last of Us Remastered, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Naughty Dog. As we wait for the sequel, this list gives me a chance to put the original remake on this list. One of the best stories in gaming ever. There, I said it. The game made gamers emotional. From that opening to that ending, the game pulled at the heartstrings non-stop. Then they released an updated version for the PlayStation 4 and it was just better. It looked fantastic. Yes, now the sequel is getting ever closer. The original is starting to show its age, but it does not remove how great this game is. My penultimate entry, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Level 5. I love Level 5 RPGs. They are of the traditional Japanese kind. Whilst happy with the second game's release, I did hope that the original would receive a remake, as I was late to the party to the first game. Thanks Nene, I should have got the game sooner. Again, the remake is just better. Not that there was anything wrong with the original, instead this gave the game another chance to come to a whole new audience, one for my bucket list platinum wise. My number 1, Resident Evil 2 Remake, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019 and was developed by Capcom. This is like a whole other universe when compared to the original. I have said it before, but this was the game that I liked least of the original trilogy. The first and the third game I played through multiple times, the second I played through twice. I didn't like the characters nor the story. Here it is all improved and finally it's a game for me to enjoy. And for that reason alone, this game deserved to top the list. Also, it's just a great game. The only thing is, I know that next time I do this list, it will be Final Fantasy VII or Resident Evil 3 that tops this list. And it's done. Hope you all enjoyed this top 10. There is plenty more content like this on my channel. Check it out, and if you would, spread the word. Leave any suggestions down below in the comments. Enjoy your day one and all. This has been Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.